Your vote, your nation. We're exactly a week away from Election Day. President Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden rallying supporters in different parts of the country today. Biden made 2 stops in Georgia, while the president visited cities in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nebraska. We have results from our latest Emerson College NewsNation poll showing where the candidates stand among voters nationwide. The survey measures the popular vote. It should not be used to predict who will win the Electoral College and therefore the election. So let's go live to our newsroom and NewsNation's national political correspondent, Dean Reynolds.
Nicole, the president worked relentlessly today to try to keep Democrats from flipping states he won 4 years ago, while former Vice President Biden made a trip to once reliably red Georgia for a stop that was filled with nostalgia and a certain political calculation. Mr. Biden spoke at Warm Springs, Georgia, where President Franklin Roosevelt received therapy for his polio, where FDR learned about the plight of less fortunate Americans, and where in April of 1945 he died.
The story is told that when Franklin Delano Roosevelt's funeral procession went by, a man collapsed in grief. And the neighbor asked him, "Did you know the president?" The response was, "No," the man said, "but he knew me. He knew me." Few words better describe the kind of president our nation needs right now.
President Trump won Georgia by 5 points 4 years ago, but our NewsNation Emerson College poll last week called the race a dead heat. The stop today could be a sign that Democrats see the state as winnable.
I believe this election is about who we are as a nation, what we believe, and maybe most importantly, who we want to be.
The president's schedule was full, with stops in Nebraska, Wisconsin, and Michigan.
The polls say he can win. Well, right now we're leading in almost everywhere. We're leading almost everywhere. Now I've got to say, I'm working my ass off here.
In Lansing, the president spoke to a large crowd that came out in near-freezing temperatures to see him.
I feel so guilty you're waiting out here in the rain. They gave me a hat. I said, you know, they've been waiting out here for hours. I shouldn't put on a hat. These people are tough. They're from Lansing. They're from Michigan. I gotta walk it. I gotta walk it. Don't give me the umbrella. I'm soaking wet already.
As he has at other rallies, the president criticized the news media for reporting on the virus that has killed some 226,000 Americans, according to Johns Hopkins University.
Now with them, can't watch anything else. Turn on COVID, 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 COVID. Well, we have a spike in cases. You ever notice they don't use the word death, they use the word cases. They use it to make us look bad. But here's the story. It's COVID, COVID, COVID. You can't watch anything else. On November 4th, you won't be hearing so much about it.
In Florida, former President Obama picked up the theme and used it against the president.
What's his closing argument? That people are too focused on COVID. He said this at one of his rallies. COVID, 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 he's complaining. He's jealous of COVID's media coverage.
Meantime, our NewsNation Emerson College national poll found that Mr. Biden leads the president by 5 points among likely voters, outside the margin of error of 2.8 percentage points and pretty much in line with other national polling. Mr. Biden leads among suburban voters 55 to 40 and among urban voters 55 to 42, while the president is ahead among rural voters 59 to 34. 99% of Democrats nationally support the former vice president. 93% of Republicans support President Trump, while independents are breaking for the president by 47 to 41. The poll said that since June, the race has remained stable, with the Democrat consistently ahead, leading up to his strongest number now at 50% of likely voters. A majority of them, 51%, disapprove of the job the president is doing, while 45% approve. And 75% of likely voters told us they made up their minds who to support over a month ago. But keep in mind, as we say, this is a national poll and should not be read as something predicting the outcome of the election, which is, after all, a state-by-state contest for 270 electoral votes. Joe?